Day 6. Where are we today? Today we are catching the train to... Gee whiz, I gotta scroll through a lot of photos. We're going to Osaka today. Ooh, what a day. So we left the Tokyo stay, which is where we're staying at. It's literally called Tokyo stay. Tokyo stay. Anyway, it was right next to the Tsukiji fish market, which, again, we took a browse at, but it wasn't particularly amazing. It was alright. It was rainy. It was fine. We had the umbrellas. Helene bought some knickknacks. It was cute. There was a place there that was the same name as my cousin's son, Miyabi, which is really interesting. The place was closed, but it was alright. And Helene bought a little dessert for herself. And then we went to Tokyo Station, where I think we didn't walk there. I'm pretty sure we got the train. Yeah, I think I had the mentality of once we'd packed all of our stuff and left, we'd go back to Tsukiji Station, catch the train up to that one that was a JR line, which then went straight to Tokyo Station, where, because we'd caught the Shinkansen the day before, I knew where we were going, and we were able to book a train reserved, which I booked the night before. So we had it all booked, which was great. Got to go on just a regular Shinkansen, but it was just nice to be there. I wore my Rucking Fountain Akira long sleeve shirt because it was still a chilly day, but not cold enough to need my thick raincoat, even though the Tokyo Metro is really hot, so I had to try to avoid wearing that jacket most of the time because of how sweaty it made me. It was not comfortable in that Tokyo Metro. But it was nice to have that shirt to be wearing because it literally says Neo Tokyo was about to explode, so to have that on my last day in Tokyo was cool. Then we took the Shinkansen, which, again, per recommendation, I would say to bring food, which we did. So go to a 7-Eleven, whatever. Noise-cancelling headphones are a must because you go super fast on a Shinkansen. And bring gum. Don't eat too much gum because it dried out my mouth for the rest of the day, which was really annoying because, again, we're on the train for like 2.5 hours or something. But we went directly to, well, not directly, we still stopped off at some stations. We went to Osaka. Initially, I'd planned on the booking to go to Osaka station because I didn't realize you could just go to Osaka and then we were staying in Kishibe to then just catch the train from there. So we were saying, oh, you got to get off on another train, it's going to take longer. And I'm like, why is it 2 trains? It should be 1. And then I looked into it, I was like, oh, because we can get off at Osaka and then catch the train from there. We don't have to go to Osaka Station, which is further up, because the Shinkansen only goes to Osaka. Nevertheless, you can get the trains from there, because then they go straight up to like Himeji and whatnot, or to Kyoto, which was basically the line we had to catch, because we got off at Osaka, and then caught the local train towards Kyoto to Kishibe, because we were staying at the Kandeo Hotels, Kishibe, Osaka, which was great. They've got a couple there. It was really easy to get to because it was right next to the station. It had its own terminal because basically when we got there, it was like there's a grocery place on the bottom floor, a 7-Eleven on the second floor with some restaurants, and then you just go into the private elevator, and if you don't have a card to get in, you just go straight to like the 9th floor, check yourself in, whatever, with your passport and all that stuff, and then they give you your cards, 1 per person. You use that card to tap on the machine to unlock, get into floor like 7 and 8, which are the floors to stay on. We were on the 7th floor, which was nice, looking out towards the train station, so we had quite a nice view. I think the other way around wouldn't have been as attractive, but it depends. Like, again, you got the noise from the train, so it depends on if you like that, but it wasn't too disruptive. It was only when there was a train right below our window that we could hear it, but they were few and far between, so I wasn't woken up by it, but the morning sun did wake us up, because despite the more blackout blinds, it was still not fantastic, but I wouldn't completely complain about the place. I think it was actually better than the Tokyo stay. Both in terms of view, sure, we could have gone on the balcony, but the balcony was more of an emergency exit, so they're like, you can open the window, but we don't suggest it, because you are 7 floors up, and it doesn't alarm them downstairs if someone's opened the window, so we didn't bother with that. The air conditioner was much easier, because instead of having a Japanese-only remote, it was just a button on the wall, turn it on, turn it up and down. It was just kind of a nicer facility in a way. Like, there was kind of more space to it. You had an extra long chair that we could put our stuff on. We had a table as well. I mean, the other place did have a table, but this one you could move around. The TV didn't have YouTube. but you could look up some local stations, which was fine, mostly just for background noise. The bathroom was great. The exhaust fan was super powerful. They changed your bath towels every single day. At the Tokyo one, you had to leave them outside the room or put up a sign saying to change the towels and to change your bedding and to clean up the room, whatever. But in the Osaka one, they just did it every single day. We didn't have to say anything. They changed our towels every day. They gave us 2 fresh water bottles every day, which we had a fridge. We could put in the fridge. Bunch of PowerPoints. Sure, there was no washing machine or anything. We didn't bother to ask because we had washed everything that we had, so we knew that we'd be okay. For the rest of the trip, we didn't have to stress about getting more clean clothes. And we'd packed everything well enough so we knew how much room we had left. But yeah, it wasn't... It was good. It was a good place to stay at. Because we were on a JR line, it was really easy to get around because, again, all we had to do was either get the train into Osaka or up towards Kyoto, and it's all the same train line. It's more selective on what stations you want to go to if you want an express line. So if we wanted an express, we'd go to Osaka to get an express up to Kyoto or something. Because, again, Kashibi's just like a random stop on the way. It's not actually a big station. But it worked out well, so it looked nice. And because most of our day was just spent doing that, we ended up going to Namba, where we met up with my cousin, Adam, who lives in Japan. We got to meet his son, Miyabi, and my other cousins were there too. So his mum, Teresa, was there, and his brother's son, so his nephew, Joshua, was there. So we met up with them, walked around Namba, went to a place called the Kuwa-Iyana Burger. Kuwa-Iyana sandwich. It's a Hawaiian place. They got a lot of images there showing that, like, the Japanese went to Hawaii, and there's a lot of people that live there. So they basically were bringing back that Hawaiian culture to this restaurant, which is fine. You know, it's a regular restaurant chain, and it was nice. You know, it was the kind of place where they had the big plastic foods in front of it, so it would tell you what you basically could order. And to be fair, that stuff looked almost identical to what you ordered. It was insane. But it was nice, good food, good company. It was great to be with my cousins and everything, and to see all the Halloween decorations they had up as well. Some stores had them, some stores didn't. Great to have some fun with Adam, catch up with him, to see Miyabi, to catch up with Joshua. Joshua I haven't seen. I saw him once last year at our pa's funeral, but aside from that, I haven't really seen him since he was a kid. So, you know, we've all changed quite a lot. I hadn't basically talked to him in like over 10 years. So, yeah, I don't know, it was nice. And because Adam was still able to show us around, Adam told us of where to go to for when we wanted to go to the DVD store that I wanted to go to, because him and Joshua had gone to Geo, which was around the corner, about a 5-10 minute walk. But it was actually the store next to it. Geo was more of a rental store. We went to a store right after, but we went to a gaming store with Joshua first. Yeah, just in Namba. I don't remember what the store was called. I think it's just a retro game specialty store. They had a big Mario statue and a Solid Snake outside the front. Apparently it has a website called superpotato.com, so there's that. Had a lot of retro games and stuff. I didn't bother buying anything. I think Joshua did. But, you know, you had some plushies and stuff. You had a bunch of old retro video games. It was very much that specialty store, and it was in that area where they had a lot of specialty stores for GameStops and whatnot. But we did go to Geo, the hypermedia store. We actually had gone to a store with Adam prior, which was called Adamski, which I found amusing because his name's Adam, but the place is kind of called Adam Sky. Anyway, and I bought some books there and a little Godzilla figurine from a Godzilla Jr. from Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla. You know, then we had dinner, whatever. Had to find our way around because Adam had the pram, so we had to find all the accessibility places because he had Miyabi with him. But yes, no, we left, you know, say goodbye to Adam and Teresa and Miyabi, and Joshua and myself and Helene went to these stores. And again, we went to Geo, but again, all rental stuff. So we went next door instead to the Surugaya specialty store, which was literally right next door. And that place was where Dad and I had gone to back in 2019. And, you know, got some retro... It's basically I think it was 8 or 9 floors for the whole place. They had retro games, they had modern games. Then they had DVDs, and obviously the DVD section was where it was at. There were so many DVDs. I know that at the Book Hop one that we went to the day before, they had like a bunch of Suspiria Argento stuff. They even had a Suspiria 2-pack, which was Suspiria and Profondo Rosso Deep Red, because Profondo Rosso came out after Suspiria in Japan, so they call it Suspiria 2. But they had separate releases. I didn't buy them, they were expensive because they were all 4Ks and whatnot. But anyway, I found a Razorhead on Blu-ray, which I had found back when we were there the first time, but this time was like a couple dollars more, so I still bought it. I bought that with like 2 versions of Biohazard 5 Retribution, so Resident Evil 5, because I knew one of them I'd give to my friend Guy, and because I bought the 2 of them, I ended up getting, like, and I brought my passport with me, I was able to get the tax-free stuff. So that worked out great. Got me some movies. But yeah, no, it was fun. I don't think there's any other movies I got there. So I probably spent like $50 or whatever on films, which is good for me. Their top store was full of porn. I'll give it that. I didn't buy anything, obviously. My cousin really wanted me to. Joshua was adamant that I buy something, but Helene was like, no, don't do it. I didn't in the end. It's fine. It was, none of it was really cheap. It was at minimum $20. I'm like, I don't really think I want to buy Japanese porn. As much as that would be funny, and it's got like naked girls on the front, it's like, I'm good. You know, there's a certain degree of some of this stuff is online. So I didn't bother. But then we just walked through the streets towards Osaka Station, where they had a Pocket Monsters card game sign, which was cool. They had a bunch of anime stuff. They had these streets lined up with girls who were mostly in either costumes from anime or video games. They were obviously selling stuff, but not really to us, the tourists, but just to the local, nerds who live there. Like, oh, I'm dressed up as your favorite anime character. Come to this bar or come to this restaurant. They weren't like my cousin thought that they might be something more sexually inclined. And I'm like, no, this is just how they advertise to nerds. Like, if you went to a different city, you'd have like girls in anime in maid costumes and stuff. And they weren't advertising sex things. It was just advertising like a bar or a shop. Get the attractive girl out front to advertise your shop. All the nerds will come in because they're horny. It's easy as that, because sex sells. I've watched Mad Men. I know how advertising works. Anyway, we went to Osaka Station to get back to the hotel, and that was the whole day. So that was the easy day of the trip. And then the next day was Universal. So I'll see you at Universal. Adios.